Good morning, beauties. How is it with you? How is it with you this morning, or whatever time of the day you are finding yourself here? Ah, always starting with that, right? Of course, we start and end with the breath in the biggest sense possible. And the more conscious you can become of how you are breathing, how you are taking in and releasing this essential mineral, so to speak, for our endurance, for our clarity, for our peace and calm, and right now, peace and calm, being and feeling peaceful are things to really give your consciousness to. And the breathing slowly, that intake through the nose, that deep slow inhale, loosening the jaw, letting the lips part. The AHH sound, releasing it from your body, will go far to establishing you in a space of peace, peacefulness, being full of peace. Now, as you know, and I know, because we are human beings, we are beings being human. Big conversation of what that means, right? I would love to hear what you feel being human means to you, right? As I'm always saying, and as you know, I'm not saying anything that you don't already know. The volume is on high right now. The burner is turned up too high right now. The pot is bubbling, right? The sirens are sounding. There's a lot happening right now. And to be full of peace is a constant practice, right? Sometimes you are not full of peace. Sometimes I am not full of peace, right? Where it grabs me is when I'm driving, okay? I am not patient when I am driving. That is where I get some really good lessons, good reminders, right? To how about you slow your breath down, Magdalena? Right? How about you slow it down, right? A lot of fire flowing through me, a lot of fire energy. And so my impatience, right? Here we are, many of us, lots of the day, or at least once a day, inside of a big metal box that can go over 100 miles per hour, right? Or kilometers. And if we are not cultivating, curating an embodied sense of peacefulness, that aspect of ourselves that is in a rush or in a rage or feeling overwhelmed, full of tension, exhausted by all the noise, we can find ourselves doing all kinds of things in the privacy of that metal box that can go very fast, right? So the breath work, the embodiment work, the lean back, the pause, the embody, that goes everywhere, because your body is your everywhere traveling companion. And I'm speaking to the you that is not your body. the you that is not your mind. The one that can contemplate the idea of being in a body, being in your body. That's the you that I'm talking to. That's the one here that's talking to you, speaking with you, with, right? Figure eight. This is a give and a return, right? Just because we have a screen does not mean that we are not communing, co-creating. There is no such thing as the void without anything, right? Even the void, even the idea of silence is rich with unexplored energetics, okay? So we won't be fooled to think that this screen separates us or divides us, right? This is a communing. That's what I'm interested in. That's what compels me to open up this channel and to let flow what is here to flow for you. Right? It's a relationship. How are you relating to yourself these days? Okay? How is it for you? When you look in the mirror, and I've spoken before here about the mirror as a practice, right? First you do your primary practice, which is pause, lean back, literally lean back. Breathe yourself back in. At least 3 full and complete inhales through the nose, exhales through the open lips with sound. If you want to really go crazy, 3 minutes. Embody, right? The embodiment comes naturally when you breathe that way. When we breathe this way, the embodiment happens. And when I say embodiment, it means that you allow yourself to drop the focus from just this viewing point, right? Eyes, ears, mouth, brain, down and in, down and in, so that you can find your feet, so that you can establish your root with the mother, with our earth, and receive that grounding medicine, that gravitational pull. Now the Schumann resonance of the earth has been going really high, so it's even more important to root very deeply so that you can translate that altered frequency and allow yourself to settle into the new frequency. That's what's happening today. That's what's happening now. There are new frequencies constantly coming in. But if you allow yourself to be distracted by impatience, anger, rage, right? The voices of others that are fractious and glitchy and harsh, and then tuning into them, right? Takes you away from your sovereignty, your power, your embodiment, your peace. So this pause, lean back, breathe, embody is not just, some, these many steps to, abundance. No, it is actually a life practice. Obviously, you're breathing all the time, right? But consciously breathing is a whole different thing. And you do not have to sit in lotus posture for 3 hours in order to establish yourself in your body to say, oh, wait a minute. No. No, thank you. Whoa, I had that on really loud. In fact, I'm going to turn that off altogether. So back to the mirror. Okay. Mirror practice is you do your first practice and then you spend some time in the mirror. I've spoken about this here before, but I'm going to bring it in again, right? Repetition. Repetition is helpful, as we know. That's all practice is, right? It's repeating something. Yes, and we practice some we practice some repetitions that cause pain for ourselves, right? So we're putting in its place. This is the thing. We always have to have an antidote to the poison. Okay? And the antidote is bringing yourself back in below the glitch, below that static, tuning yourself in deeply and deciding that you want to play a new and beautiful song. So when you practice and you do your pause and your lean back, your breath, your embody, your rootedness with the mother, and you spend some time in the mirror. It can be as simple as just looking in the mirror, standing, right, in your bathroom, or you can set a bigger mirror on the floor somewhere if you have one, lean it against something and sit down on the ground and just start to gaze at yourself, into your eyes. Keep your breathing going. You might have a hand on your heart, a hand just below your belly button, right? And just stay with yourself, breathing. See what comes up. See and notice, discern, notice if it's difficult to stay with your eyes, right? If it's difficult, right, just gently close your eyes for a moment and then open them back up. I find speaking out loud, right, is helpful, even with all of the phrases and words. If it's, wow, this is hard for me to stay and look at myself in the mirror, you could say that out loud. Wow, I'm finding this really challenging. Yeah. And then you can add, always the antidote, right? Yes, challenge, right? Challenge is part of life. It's not like we have to take away all challenges. We wouldn't grow if we didn't challenge ourselves. If we weren't challenged, as I've spoken of before, that dark night of the soul that I experienced, the really, really deep one, while I was in it, would I describe it as anything beneficial? Absolutely not. But now, way over here, way many years away on the other side, I would say it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Seriously challenging. But I was able to remove some things that needed to be removed and allow some things that really had need of my attention without tension. So, the mirror. Okay, just stay. Stay with yourself to the best of your abilities. Soften your gaze. You don't have to stare at yourself like that. Soften your gaze. Keep your hands on your body, right? Sometimes you might want to hold yourself, hug yourself, right? Because parts may come up. Younger parts may come up. Yeah, different aspects may come up. If anything comes up that you feel doesn't belong to you, that has a harsh quality or a frightening quality, right? You can say, hey, there is nothing and no one that can enter my energetic space without my permission, and I do not give it. I add 3 claps. I do not give it. I do not give it. I do not give it. Blessed be, and so it is. But just see about doing a little bit of this mirror energy work with yourself today at some point, perhaps right now, this morning, or whatever time you are gazing into, that we are gazing with each other here this morning. Yeah, practice that mirror work and see what comes up. Take some, maybe do it for 3 minutes, and then take some time with some beautiful music, a warm cup of something delicious, and do some writing, right? Wow, what was hard about that? Or when I gazed at myself in the mirror, right? That's your prompt. And then just write, free flow. Okay, don't pause. Just let yourself write it out. Whatever comes up, I saw, right? This scared me, whatever it is. Take it out of the head and put it onto the paper. And then maybe get up and move, right? Do a little dancing. Do some stretches, right? Movement, radical embodiment. Okay, see what happens. Be curious. Allow yourself to be curious about yourself. This is how you allow yourself to understand that you are the medicine. This is how you remember that you are the medicine. These practices, these little practices, done with love, with discipleship, discipline, discipleship, return you to your magnificence, to your beauty, to your power, to your ability to discern, coming back to yourself by way of your own personal practice, your own embodied practices. And then you are the medicine. You always are the medicine, but then you're the medicine on purpose for yourself. And then that vibrational wave that comes out from you serves everybody else. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to say anything in particular. You just are the medicine. Okay, beloveds, so much love to you. May you have a beautiful, beautiful day wherever you are. Beautiful evening, beautiful night, beautiful moment. Big love.